A song about golf.
At Bridgestone, we are relentlessly seeking solutions to create social and customer value, improving people's lives.
How's everybody doing tonight? We're about to get into it like we do every single night, so make sure you grab that popcorn. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but it's gonna be magical.
When I was young,
here we go.
I didn't know anything about golf, no. I would see it on the TV. I would switch the channel ASAP. I don't know when the switch went off for me. Now that I'm thinking, I recall I was with my friend Billy, yeah, and his dad, and they brought me out to play golf. I was 16 years old. I didn't know how to do a thing but play baseball, so I swung like a maniac, yeah, tried to hit the ball as far as I could. I didn't know that you've got to have a touch. Yeah, you got to take out the wedge and try to pull it up. Years later, I would be walking all along down the course at the end of a slow day. I got a few minutes to spare, maybe a hole I could try to. Get that feel, yeah, let it all out with a swing. Well, there's the magic of golf, yeah, when you make contact, you connect, yes, you feel it, you let it out, you can break free for a moment. Iron my driver, my 7-iron, yeah, my wedge, yeah. I put it all down, not picking it up again. Why? 'Cause this world's dying, and I'll keep trying to reach out to you each night. And if I'm here forever, and I don't swing a club again, it would be a shame, but there's work to be done, yeah, work that needs to be done every day, and I'm not wasting my time no more. Who's got 4 or 5 hours to spend, yeah, walking around the forest now and then? Used to be good when I was younger, but when you got 3 kids and a wife and a house and mortgage, you got to get your priorities together, yeah. So I work, I come here and I rock out with you every night, 'cause I won't ever play golf again if it means I'll leave you. No, I miss the swing when I wait for the crowd we bring, with the light we bring and build together. Yeah, we're going to change the global weather. Yeah, society will change, and golf could never do that, no. So I keep soldiering on day in, day out. Day in, day let it play out, yeah, yeah. Let it play out. I'll keep showing up right here, day in, day out. Keep writing songs right in the moment, like we're doing right now, day in, day out. We had nothing, got something now, yeah. Oh, day in, day out. Everybody asks for a song. Oh, why can't you play a golf song day in, day out? So we're here like we've been for 1,185 days in a row. Yeah, day in, day out, yes. I never missed a night for you. No, they just get the show from you. Oh, so get on board, yeah, day in, day out. Day in, day out. Day in, day out. I'm going to show up every day and day out. Oh, day in, day out. Day in, day out.
It's officially Wednesday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man.
Looking for another way.
I'm here
Ease my mind and
to ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's Daily Variety Show, Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I am here to connect with you, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 1,276 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. We're going to get into it just like we do every single night, fam and friends, so make sure you grab your popcorn. I'm taking out the guitar again, I think. I think we're writing another song tonight. We got a guitar. We got a beat seat. And we're in this writing mode. Last night we wrote something pretty crazy. If Zabrowski would allow, I'll show you real quick, because we have about 3 minutes left in this song. And we do love it, but... Not that one. That's awesome, though. Crazy. What? This is last night.
It's like the world's gone crazy.
Why you get up and dance to this?
It's like the world's gone crazy. It's like the world's gone crazy.
Is it not? The world's gone crazy. We're doing it. What's that, Joanne? I know, Joanne. I dance like a crazy person.
It's like the world's gone crazy.
When I'm doing it, I'm doing it. All right? Like, Joanne, I'm not going to do it without doing it. This is Matt Zabrowski back there
Amazing
on the drums.
How often I forget the old days.
It's hot in this basement when you're doing a little danceroo.
Field under the sun, while the birds fly around and say, there's something to live for, there's something to die for,
Zabrowski, a little out of breath. Let's see if I can fix this here. TikTok, head over to YouTube, link in bio. Join us. This is the longest running daily variety show on planet Earth. Right now we're listening to Something to Live For. This is the way we start the show every day, guys. If you can't get some steel drums into you.
there's something to die for, there's something to live for. I need more, something to die for. Oh, won't you give me more? Hey, so many perfect ways to spend your days with me. Oh, wow, there's something to live for. There's something to die for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's something to live for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's something to die for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's something to live for.
Zabrowski, we need a woo-hoo at the beginning of the show to lift us up so we can take it to the next level. Was that it? Or what? 7.3. No, Zabrowski was good. It was just not that good tonight. You know? I'm here. I'm doing it. I go to you, and you go woo-hoo like that? Right? I mean, I'm trying to figure it out. Trek Gunner, my brother's here, and he's saying, like, what's going on with Zabrowski? What's going on with Zabrosk? He can't deliver a 9.2 when Trek Gunner comes out to watch the show? No. Okay, fine. I'll let him know. Trek, I'm sorry. Zabrowski says he's sorry. He should have brought it tonight, and he didn't. Guys, we have a very special show for you tonight. How many ice ages have we had? It's a question I don't know. I feel like it's a lot more than they tell us. I think the history of time has been going on a lot longer than they tell us. There have been many advanced civilizations in the history of time, and they only talk about a few, like 10,000 years. Oh, we've only had 5,000 to 7,000 years of history? Really? The ancient Sumerians were the first? Okay. How about the Anunnaki? What are we talking about over here, right? So let's get into the story real quick. Joanne, if you could pull it up for me, I'd really appreciate it. Joanne with the wheeze? Really? I'm here trying to do the news. Joanne's back there wheezing it out instead of helping out. You know, that's the thing that she says. I'm like, Joanne, can you help me out? She's like, no, I can wheeze it out. I know. I can hear it. The loudest thing in the room, louder than me, even at 10. You're like, what happened? I can't hear Mark anymore. There's a wheeze in the background. It's a problem. I know. I'm working it out. Guys, if you've not, please subscribe to the Get to Know America channel. It's brand new. We're trying to change the world here. You know what I mean? We have so many new concepts for Get to Know America. The main concept is every Sunday at 8 p.m. I'm in a new town, and I meet with a bunch of people. I meet with the first selectmen, first select women, whoever's there. And then I go into the rich history of these towns in order to determine, or just find some of the history we don't even talk about. It's really cool. And we're on episode number like 5 or 6 at this point. I'm filming in New Canaan. That hopefully will be ready this weekend. I went down to shoot some more today. Zabrowski, please, right? Trek is there wondering when Zabrowski's going to bring it. He shows up and he doesn't bring it. No, Zabrowski, we're not going to dock your pay. He said, you can still pay me full, right? Of course, we're going to pay you full. We're not the type where, like, after you do the job, we're not going to pay you just because you didn't do it, like, fully. You did, like, a half Zabrosk woohoo. But, we'll still pay you in full, So, guys, we're here trying to get to the story, and Joanne's just wasting my time, What do we got here, Joanne? I found it. Thanks, Joanne, for nothing. Right. Here we go, guys. I'm pulling you up on the screen. Where's Mark? Where did he go? He was here, and now he's not. I am still here. You can tell. See, I'm still there. Nope. Where's he gone? Mark's gone. Where did he go? Guys, look, I'm here. See, I'm back. Green screening it. Guys, you should head over from TikTok to YouTube. Link in bio. It's right there. You just hit the little sign that looks like a YouTube, and we're freaking live right now. You get to see what this green screen looks like. Right now, there's actually the story about how many ice ages has the Earth had, and could humans live through one? It's right on the screen right now, and I'm in the corner, and I'm about to read it for you. My guitar's in the way a little bit, but you know what? You can deal. Head over to the tuber and get some love. Be a part of the Renaissance Man Show. 1,276 days in a row of this insanity. Wow, guys, the ice age. You go down, you get down the snow and ice. Wow. I tried to go my sled. I can't. It's too much ice. A slip sliding wave, Paul Simon style. Hey, Christopher Walken there, Antarctica. Look, there's more land. Oh, man. Okay, I have to push play on something. Apparently, I have a child that's not paying attention at that moment. And when that happens, you got to go and freaking crack the whip. You know what I mean? Ooh, yep. I'm getting messages saying you got to come up and throw the forearm shiver, Superfly Snuka jumping off the corner. I'm thinking about doing a George the Animal Steel on this one. I'm going to jump off the freaking turnbuckle and I'm going to eat the turnbuckle afterwards. And then looking at my kid, you know what I mean? I may shave my freaking head for that one, pulling off the shirt, ripping it off, George the Animal Steel. We got to bring him back. He's just the essence of George, Maybe not the animal noises. Bleh, like, we don't have to do that. Just eat the turnbuckle. You eat the turnbuckle and they scare the friggin' hell out of your kid. It's a new thing. People are like, how do you get your kid in line? You do a George the Animal Steel, right? So that's the challenge that's coming through right now, in fact. for my wife. She says, are you going to do a George the Animal Steel? Are you going to sit there and let the kid take the freaking reins? You know, I'm Animal Stealing it. I may do Superfly Snuka, you know, off the corner and jumping it through there. Oh, Superfly! Don't even make me go freaking Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah! And I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Wow, Christopher Walken, come down. You get George the Animal Steel. Oh, jump off the corner, Bumbaco. Yeah. Yo, Snuka. Why is he Superfly? Jimmy, Snuka. He's there. Then he's not. Who knows? Guys, come on down. Of course you come on down. You're going to have a good time. Go there, check it out. Check Terry Clear's John Ryan. John. So, guys, I got to go up and freaking throw an elbow. I got to go do it, turnbuckle style. You ready? I'm bringing the camera. No, just kidding. Can't do that. That would be pretty good stuff, though. Do like UFC style. You Renaissance Man, UFC? Woo! Came in with the freaking knee. You know, I worked out that freaking Taibo. Right. That's the good one, right? In UFC, Taibo. When you're out there and you're doing Taibo. And you won. You went on against, you know, Conor McGregor with your Taibo action. Oh, what's he doing? Whatever, Hoist Gracie style. He's doing a Hoist Gracie style, and I'm doing Taibo. I'm there with, you know, Billy Blanks. Billy Blanks Jr. and I are there getting the Taibo on, and Conor McGregor came in. He's like, what you always do it over there? I'm going to take your head off. You're like, all right, come on, buddy, let's go. Taibo style, you know, I won. When you do Taibo, and you got freaking, you know, Conor McGregor trying to take you down, but you're Taibo master, you know. It's kind of Miyagi style, you know, wax on, you got to wax off sometimes when you're there. Guys, story of the day. Here we go. Sig Sauer, my brother. How many ice ages has the Earth had, and could humans live through one? This is the story of the day, guys. Head over to YouTube to be a part of it. Okay, so here we go. First, what is an ice age? I mean, let's get into it, Joanne, right? It's when the Earth has cold temperatures for a long time, millions to tens of millions of years. That led to Joanne, can you scroll back and do a Jim Carrey, please? Yes. That led to ice sheets and glaciers covering large areas of its surface. We know that the Earth has had at least 5 major ice ages. Joanne, that's it. End of the story. They said how many? We found out there's been 5 major ice ages. The first one happened about 2 billion years ago and lasted about 300 million years. Let me ask you a question. If this planet is 500 billion years old, because that's what I think I heard, it's 500 billion years old, you're telling me that the first ice age was 2 billion years ago? So for 498 billion years, there were no ice ages here. Really? I would like to extrapolate. Yeah, Joanne, I said that. I'd like to extrapolate. I said it. Extrapolate. Let's do it that way. I would like to extrapolate the amount of ice ages in the last 2 billion years and multiply it by 498, Joanne. Okay? And that's where we're going to get our accurate number. So they had 5 major ice ages in the last 2 billion years. So 5 times 198, guys, who's good at math? You know, we're talking about 1,000, just under 1,000 freaking ice ages. Oh, that's insane. I think that's accurate. Hold on. Let's see if we can get a calculator open. Joanne, can you do that in your head? Oh, I forgot. Anything you can't do, I can't do. I always forget about that. Okay, so we had 198, right? Times, what was the multiple? Times 5, right? 990 ice ages. It's just a rough estimate. I mean, if we were going to try to say how many do you think it's been, freaking 990. Okay? You could say a little higher, but there's been over 900 ice ages in the history of time. How do you know that, Mark? Well, because there was 5 in the last 2 billion years, and this is a 500 billion year old planet. I'm just doing math, stupid. Oh, there's only been 5. The first one was 2 billion years ago. What happened to the other 498 billion years? We were good. It was nice here. Oh, really? How do you know? Oh, fossil structure. Fossil structure, is that what you're working off these days? What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, you can't wheeze back through history with your time machine. She's got this special gizmo where she wheezes at a certain octave and she can open up a time portal. That's Joanne's kind of thing. I get it, Joanne. You want to be a part of history. So why isn't the Earth covered in ice right now? It's because we are in a period known as interglacial. In an ice age, temperatures will fluctuate between colder and warmer levels. Ice sheets and glaciers melt during warmer phases, which are called interglacials, and expand during colder phases, which are called glacials. Right now, we are in the most recent ice age's warm interglacial period, which began about 11,000 years ago. Isn't it interesting that all of a sudden, 11,000 years ago is when humans, there's like a history, you know? What is it, Göbekli Temple, Joanne? Göbekli Temple? Tempa? That one's 18,000 years old, at least. That's pre this stupid thing that they're saying. So the bottom line is this, people. We've had at least 990 ice ages. We did the math today. I called Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hold on, actually. See if I can get him on the line. I gotta find my phone. Sometimes I forget that I leave my phone in certain areas and then I can't find it afterwards because I don't like to talk on my phone. I don't want to even talk to people. I'm getting rid of my phone, really. I just don't even have time for it anymore. You know what I mean? So, like, when I'm looking for it, I'm like, where's the phone? I don't know. I had it here. I found it, sorry. Over here. Yeah, I'm looking for Neil deGrasse Tyson, please. Oh, Neil. Yeah, this is Mark Pires, Renaissance Man from the Neil. I had no idea you're a huge fan, Neil. I appreciate that, Neil. Look, I'm here. I'm doing it. Doing a story on the Ice Age, right? And no, I know there's been 5 in the last 2 billion years, Neil. That wasn't my question. You're obviously clearly not watching the show right now. I'm trying to figure out how many have there been in the history of time, you know? They're saying in 2 billion, but how old is the Earth, Neil? Exactly. Neil deGrasse Tyson, 500 billion years old. Okay, so it's 500 billion years old, and if I were to ask you how many ice ages have we had, what would you say? Neil, let me ask you a question, okay, super genius. So in the last 2 billion years, there's been 5 ice ages. If you just said, and you did, we have you on freaking tape here, that it's 500 billion years old, this planet, and the first ice age was 2 billion years ago, what the freak was with the 498? Holy cow, Neil, I just blew my own mind. It's not 190, it's 498. Hold on. We got to go back to the calculator. Go into the calculator. Here it is, guys. Ready? 498 multiplied by Joanne's size of her heart. Hold on. Neil, I need you to give me a moment. We're doing the math. 498 times 5. 2,490 ice ages, Neil. 2,500 ice ages. No, it's not 5. That's your stupid math where you said in the last 2 billion years. I get it that you're doing enough for the last 2 billion years. I'm asking you history of time, which you said 500 billion years is how the Earth is. How can you just still be dealing with the 5? Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, that's right. And we went to the moon, right? Whatever, Neil. Yeah, okay. And the Earth is friggin' round. No, it's a stupid freaking lens. I've got lenses like that. Yeah, it's called a fisheye lens. Oh, okay. So you're telling me, Neil, that you got a camera that could get a full view of the friggin' Earth from 70 miles above it? What camera are you dealing with? A 0 degree, like you got a total full frame camera and then it's a 0 millimeter lens. So it's just flat. You're looking at flatness. And then somehow you just put a little curve on it. No, we've seen that episode, Neil. Listen, I appreciate. Let me know when we actually go to the moon. Yeah, I'd love to hear that one, okay? Because I saw the film. Yeah, how did they get that camera operator to get such good angles and move with the spacecraft? And did you see that, the module take off from the moon? Yeah, that's exactly how rockets look when they, take off. Yeah, it's great cinematography. Hey, let me ask you something, Neil. Would you really stand behind that's how it went down? Like that footage, bouncing off the moon there and that stupid freaking little laser beam coming off the rocket and it just bounces off like it's got a string pulling up with a string into the sky. Like that's how we're doing it? We went to the moon that way? All right, Neil. Look, I got to get going and I do appreciate that you're a fan of the show. I do. Okay. But I'm right. It's flat out there, flat as can be. I talked to a pilot. I went to Florida. I went up to the freaking pilot in the front. I said, "Excuse me, sir. Let me ask you a question." He said, "What can I do for you?" I said, "Is there any curvature up there?" He goes, "What?" I said, "Is there any freaking curvature up there? Are we dealing with a flat situation here?" And he said, "It's flat as can be up there. It's a freaking pancake." Pancake? Yeah, no, I know. I misspoke, Neil. You don't have to be a jerk, okay? "I'm a scientist. You said pancake." Well, I got stuck with pandemic. I'm starting thinking about that right now, you know? But instead, what we're doing is this, okay, Neil? We're dealing with you and your lies, the deceit, you know, of a generation. "Oh, yeah, look, we're going to go to the moon." Yeah, okay. How did they do that on 8 kilobytes of freaking memory? I talked to somebody who's like, "We didn't need computers to go. We had grit." You had grit? That's good. So you were able to get there with grit? Neil, you know that sounds stupid, right? We got to the moon using grit. You did? You didn't use any freaking mechanical engineering skills? You just freaking put aluminum in the sky and hoped for the best? How's that Van Allen belt doing? Neil? No, Neil. Oh, freaking A, he hung up on me. I was trying to give it to Neil deGrasse Tyson, you know? And I offended him with that last one, you know? Van Allen belt, you know? He's just not liking that. He doesn't want to hear about the Van Allen belt. I get it. I mean, during that time, the planet will be much cooler than it is now. At the peak, when ice sheets covered most of North America, the average global temperature was about 46 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 11 degrees of Fahrenheit cooler than the global annual average today. Wait a minute. So it was cold, but could you be like, okay, let's find out if you could actually just be like hanging out. That's 11 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than it is today. Okay, that's not that bad. That difference might not sound like a lot, okay, like I thought, but it resulted in most of North America and Eurasia being covered in ice sheets. Earth was also much drier and sea level was much lower, since most of the Earth's water is trapped in the ice sheets, steppes, and dry, glassy plains. Many animals present during Ice Age would be familiar to you, including brown bears, caribou, and wolves. But there were also megafauna that went extinct at the end of the Ice Age, like mammoths, mastodons, saber-toothed cats, and giant sloths. So around this time, look what we have over here. There's a friggin' dead sloth. Mastodon right there. It's a friggin' disgusting looking mess. Look at this guy. He's getting in it. He's like, "Let me get into that mastodon." You got that, you pulling out the teeth? What are you doing? They're taking samples. Woof. Anyway, guys, that's a story. It's the story of the day. And I have to go up and freaking crack the whip. There's 2 of me on the screen right now. Sometimes we do that. We'll do a double decker. Guys, I'm putting something on for you that will make you laugh. So I can give myself a minute to do what I need to do. Let's see what I can pull up for you. We have so many comedies here on the Renaissance Man show, and we're going to get into one of them for you right now. Ooh, you know what one I want to have? I got a good one for you. It's a dancing bit. Can you guys at TikTok head over to YouTube? The link is right under my picture, and join the family over there. And subscribe live every single day. Last 1,276 days in a row. Quite insane, to be honest. Let's see what we have here. Oops. Let's turn this on. I got a couple of things here that they didn't turn the monetization on because YouTubing it. They're YouTubing it. Holy cow, I guess a bunch of them. I've been putting all these little rants out. It's the only way I'll get anything on TikTok to be shared. So my rants about how I feel about everything that's wrong with this world are getting press. But the bottom line is my comedy is what's great. My music is what's great, not my rants. My rants are just passion coming through because it's truth. And I only speak truth, but that comes out of the songs. I need you to come and hear these songs because they all are filled with truth and love. And there's 183 of them on Spotify. You just have to type in the name Mark Pires and you will find them all. Oh, The Crypt Keeper. That was a good one. You know, you guys know that Nancy Pelosi is the Crypt Keeper, right? I hope you know that. Guys, thank you for the follows. I appreciate you. We are in the middle of doing something here. Oh, the goat gave up basketball. Oh, the scientist. We're going to put this one on. This is a pretty crazy bit that happened maybe about a month ago. And it's about the goat is a scientist in Copenhagen. That is what we called this one right here. I'm popping it on. If you can head over to YouTube, you will see it. I'm going to try to flip the screen so you guys can at least see it somewhat on TikTok. It's just not going to look perfect. It will be, you know, it's just better off heading to YouTube for it or Rumble. In fact, we are on so many channels. We are on Facebook, DLive. We're on Twitch. We're on Twitter. We're on, what else? Rumble. And we're live. The main platform is on YouTube. I want to build the YouTube pages out. So if you can give me a follow on everything you can. I'm live every single day of existence. This is 1,276 days of me showing up. And I do it because I believe that we can get through what's going on right now. And I think I'm a part of it. Like I've been a part of it. And the people that are here with me every day have found solace while the world is dying around us. I thought about that today. I was just thankful that what I'm doing is being seen and it is appreciated by the same family members who've been coming back every day for the last 2+ years. I've been here for 3+ years, but it wasn't until Sig Sauer went out there and did his part and to get people here at day about 300, you know. But for the first 300 days, I was here alone to 0 to 1 person every day. And I kept showing up for 2 hours. And it was because of Sig we moved forward. So I thank you, Sig. I love you, buddy. And at this point, I want you guys to know that this show is about you. It's about us together. And we're going to do some magical things together. We are doing them on a daily basis. But I just want you to believe as well that this family gets so much better when people that we don't know join and people that are also looking for a place to get away from it, find it. So send them here. Let them know every night, forever, 10:30. Mark Pires Renaissance Man on YouTube. And Get to Know America on the weekends. It's a special show. This show I'm really excited about. I go into a town. I meet the people. I meet the first selectman, the first select woman. And I go to the Historical Society. And I get into this history, 200, 300, 400 years of history that's right under my feet. And I didn't know existed. I've uncovered slavery in the North. I've uncovered revolutionary war soldiers that were dug up from underneath a basement in Ridgefield, Connecticut. In Fairfield, the Indians and the war between the Fairfield, the Pilgrims and the Indians. And it's crazy the amount of stuff that's happened right where I am. I'm in New Canaan right now, which is brought into existence in 1802. But before that, it was part of Stamford. So it's been around forever. It just wasn't called New Canaan. And I've seen some crazy things already. I have a pharmacy, I told you, totally intact. All the bottles, they had chloroform, they had cocaine, all these crazy drugs. And they're all still in original bottles. The bottles are, you can't find those bottles anymore. They're glass blown or hand blown, beautiful bottles with the names that were actually glass and drawn on. It's like, that's how they did it back then. You had actually glass emblems that somebody went and painted the name of each drug on it back in the day. It's insane. And they have the whole thing. So I can't wait for New Canaan to premiere. That's this Sunday at 8 p.m. So make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel for Get to Know America. I pinned it here on YouTube. So all you have to do is 2 seconds. Click it, go subscribe, and come right back. And you won't miss anything, I promise. I'm putting this on for you now, and then I'm going to go and throw the freaking elbow, Jimmy Superfly Snooker style. Here we go.
Before you go to bed tonight,
You go to bed tonight. I'm not going to bed tonight. I'm going to stay up forever. Whoa. Here we go. This right here is a bit called The Goat is a Scientist from Copenhagen. And you have to head to YouTube to really see it in HD and all the goodness. What is going on with this thing? Oh, there we go. Sorry. 26 views. Come on, guys. 20. Thanks, YouTube. There's the link. Give this a like and a share once you see it. I'm going to flip it for you guys. A new type of extremely reactive substance discovered in the atmosphere. Joanne, did you have something to do with that? Humongocarditis? An entirely new class of super reactive chemical compounds, trioxides to be exact, has been discovered under atmospheric conditions, Joanne. For the first time, an entirely new class of super reactive... Joanne, I just read this freaking line. You're gonna double-decker me? You know? Scientists from the University of Copenhagen, in close collaboration with international colleagues, have documented the formation of so-called trioxides, an extremely oxidizing chemical compound that likely affects both human health and global climate. They're found in the atmosphere as well, but until now it has never been unequivocally proven. This is what we have... Oh, this guy's from Copenhagen, Joanne, so we got to do a Copenhagen accent. Don't know what the hell it's going to sound like, but... This is what we have now accomplished. says Professor Henrik Groom Kajgaard. I think I did it pretty good on that name, Joanne. At the University of Copenhagen's Department of Chemistry. Kajgaard I was terrible. We're going with it. Kajgaard. Kajgaard is the senior author of the study. Imagine having you're out playing basketball with Kajgaard. Kajgaard, pass it to me. I'm on the foul line. Kajgaard, hit me. I'm by the three. Kajgaard, alley-oop. You know I'm doing an alley-oop. When I'm out there, right? I'm doing it. Kiss the rim. When you're doing it, I got the tongue out, Michael Jordan style. I decided to jump from the foul line. Because of Kajgaard. When you got Kajgaard and you're just trying to win, you're there. It's a buzzer beater, I'm seeing the clock. It's there. It's ticking down. 3, 2, Kajgaard. Fade away. Good. Money, You can't do it without a Kajgaard, But sometimes Kajgaard, he comes down and he wins the game, because he goes with like a hook shot. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar style. And you're just like, Kajgaard, I was here. You went for the tie? I'm here 3-point style. I go at it. We win the game. You hold me on your shoulders going around the gym. But we're still talking about Kajgaard after. Kajgaard, it was your pass. But now we got to go OT. We got to go to freaking OT because of Kajgaard. We still won, but you know what I mean? It's like, you don't put us at risk, because I had to come out of there. Like, we're down there, tie game, overtime. Kajgaard and me, we're going down. We're doing a little flipperoo, like coming down. It's 2-on-1, flipperoo. Kajgaard's back to me. I do Kajgaard around the back. I did like one of those Magic Johnsons around the back, not the HIV version. You go around the back, you flip it back to Kajgaard. He went in there and did this baby little hook again. He's doing the Kajgaard Abdul-Jabbar, we called him. Kajgaard-Jabbar. We called him Kajgaard-Jabbar for a little while, and, it stuck. We made T-shirts. There was a giveaway at the end of each game for a Kajgaard-Jabbar T-shirt, and he would hook shot it to the winner. It's just a true story, a little side fact there. Kajgaard. Oh, that's Kajgaard right there. I didn't even... Joanne, you didn't tell me Kajgaard was going to be here. Visual. Look at him. He's so proud. He's looking. You see he's ready for that baby hook. You see his arm. He's ready. He's almost like you could pretend he's holding a ball, about to throw a hook shot. Kajgaard. Greatest basketball player in Copenhagen, by the way. You can't go Copenhagen and play around, play game, you know what I mean? And think that you're any good. Because Kajgaard couldn't come out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he's doing it. He's doing professor style through the legs, flipperoo. And then he did a finger roll, dropped it in. Kajgaard. There's nothing better than a Kajgaard finger roll. Just so you know, like if you're ever looking and you're going and you're thinking to yourself, I was looking for the greatest finger roll. Is it Michael Jordan? Is it Dwayne Wade? Is it LeBron James? No, it's Henrik Groom Kajgaard. Sometimes you have to school the world, I was thinking about starting a separate channel just for Kajgaard, because they have like a Michael Jordan channel, they have Mike Tyson channels, they've got like NASCAR channels. I think Kajgaard, if I can get a Kajgaard channel going, that thing's gonna blow up. We have a couple million subscribers first week. Everybody's like, Kajgaard, there's a freaking YouTube page for Kajgaard. We're down it. Joanne, can you do me a favor and just see if you could secure Kajgaard.com for me? Joanne, stop the wheeze, And also, if you could, put your shoes back on. The stench, it's horrendous, Oh, I'm sorry, that was your toot. She tooted. Her feet and her toot smelled exactly the same. Horrendous. Death. It smells like death. Joanne, I appreciate it if you could turn the fan on and blow it in your direction. I don't want the fan in my direction. I want to go in that direction, pushing all scents away from the Renaissance Man, and that would be very much appreciated. Is there there's like a moldy smell in there as well? Like what are we doing? Kajgaard.com. Pick it up. All right. Go to GoDaddy.com. Pick it up. Do a little Kajgaard. And when we have it, let me know. We're going to go secure a website, and then we're going to get the YouTube going. I've got the first video already. It was the finger roll. The Kajgaard finger roll. Like 5 million views in 15 seconds. I've never seen that many. About the Kajar Jar, it's a finger roll. It's Kajar Jar finger roll. You know, what I mean, Kajar Jabbar. You're like, oh, he's got a Kajar Jabbar T-shirt. He's giving away Kajar Jabbar T-shirts. You know, when he got to 1 million views, the millionth view got a Kajar Jabbar T-shirt. You know, it wasn't me. I wasn't lucky. You know, I was 999,998. You know, I just was 2 away. You know, almost. I was so excited to get my Kajar Jabbar T-shirt. It's too bad. I just wasn't fast, you know, slow enough. I should have been a little slower. I was like timing it, you know, 999,990. Okay, when do I go? Where do I refresh? I refreshed too early. Literally too early. Kajar Jabbar. I went to eBay. I was like, I'm just going to buy a Kajar Jabbar T-shirt. I see right now how much they are. Yeah. $3,274 for a Kajar Jabbar T-shirt. I could have got one if I was just 2 more in. Get a Kajar Jabbar signed, you know. Of course, I could call him because we were, you know, playing together back in the day. But I don't want to, you know, use that card. You know, Kajar Jabbar, what's going on? Yeah, no, I'm just doing it. You know, and I wanted to see if you could hook me up with one of your T-shirts, Kajar Jabbar T-shirt. No. Remember we used to play ball together. We did the 2-on-1, and you did the finger roll. They still talk about it. You didn't see the first video I dropped for YouTube? 7,470,347 views in 6 hours. Most views on YouTube. It's trending right now, actually, Kajar. You know, when you got the Kajar Jabbar and you're doing it. So, Joanne, can you get back to the story? Because, I mean, I know you can just keep going on this, but do we have a story to do or what? He continues that the types of compounds we discovered are unique in their structure. Oh, goodness, this is the silliness that is me. So if you guys don't know, there are currently, let me see, I have to flip this back again for the family members over here on TikTok. If there's anybody else hanging out here. Let me put this over here. So there we go. We're good. Shay is here for truth. Good man. Shayna's here for truth. Shayna, good girl, good lady. You're here for the right place. This is the only place where you get the truth 100% of the time. And what I mean by that is I don't have all the answers. I just know whatever I do say is coming from the heart. And I don't know if there's a lot of that anymore. I think everything seems to be very much positioned and planned out. And I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that in order to get this response and this effect. But me, I just show up and I speak from my heart on a daily basis. And we've been doing it for 1,276 days in a row, so I appreciate you, Shayna. Make sure you give me a follow. Oh, you did. You rock. You totally rock. So YouTube it, guys, if you want to see the show in HD and listen to it. Probably going to get something else going here musically. But as I said, this is just, let's see how long we've been on over here. 48 minutes, guys. We've got about 12 left here. It's usually supposed to be a half-hour show, but clearly we've gone well above and beyond 30. It's because of that Jimmy Superfly Snuka moment I had to take on. 6 hours said R. Kelly is getting his beat seats. If you guys don't know, I'm the inventor of the beat seat. That's this thing I'm sitting on right here. When you kick it, it sounds like a drum kit. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. If I could do that, it would be helpful. I realized I didn't have it on the screen. There we go. And there's a QR code there if you want to check out the beat seat. You want to check out all my stuff, Spotify, etc. Right there on the QR code. Who wants to hear a little something real quick? We got a few minutes here to play you something. So pretty. I wrote that the other day. I just had to erase it. Sorry.
Come closer, come closer to me. We're taking on the world. We're taking on the world. Skies are clearing now. I can see the stars shine down. I can hear the crickets chirping in the background when I open up the windows. It's the only thing I hear. Part of me to bed tonight, yeah. The crickets nice and loud and crisp and clear, yeah. Oh, drift off into slumber, yeah. You're dreaming now, floating on a cloud, traveling across the universe, yes. You're out for the night, yeah. There's no stopping you, 'cause you're in REM sleep, yeah. You go in on the deep end, hey, hey. Open your eyes and the next day you know you don't remember a thing, yeah. You don't remember when you were seeing all the universe, yeah. You traveling no more. Yeah, lost in time, yes. We're lost inside, yes. We're all lost in time. Oh, lost in time. We are all lost in time. We're lost in time. We are all lost in time. We're lost in time. We are all lost in time. We're lost in time. We are all lost in time. Yes. We're lost in time. We are all lost in time. We're lost in time. We are all lost in time. Yes, we are. Yeah, we're in it. Tell us lost in time. We are all lost in time. Yes, we are. Yeah, we're in it. We're lost in time. We are all lost in time. Yes, we are. Yeah, we're in it. We're lost in time. We are all lost in time. Here we are, yeah, we're in a test. We're lost in time. We are all lost in time. Here we are, yeah, we're in a test. We're lost in time. We're lost in time, yeah, you know, yeah, we can't get out of line, yeah, 'cause we're lost in time, yeah, you know we can't get out of line anytime soon, yeah, we're lost in time, yes, yeah, oh, we're lost in time, yes, oh, we're lost in time, yeah, get it out of your head, yeah, you know, we say we're lost in time, yeah, somewhere in the timeline, yeah, you know, we're lost in time, yeah, hiding on the timeline, yeah, we can't find our own signs, lost in time, manifesting everything along the way, the negativity, it's a manifesting every day, we're lost in time, yeah, we're lost in time, oh, yeah, we're in a tailspin, you know we're in a tailspin, yeah, you can't win, no, yeah, it's a losing situation, no matter which way you turn, lost in time, yeah, oh, we're lost in time. right from underneath the rocks. We're lost in time. Yes. We're lost in time. We're in a tailspin. We're lost in time. We're lost in time. Lost in time.
Guess we wrote another song tonight.
Time. Yeah, we're in a tailspin. We're lost in time. We're lost in time. Yeah, no, we can't wake up now. Yeah, we're in a tailspin. We're lost in time. Oh, you're lost in time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Lost in time. Yeah, yeah, yes. Woo! In a tailspin. Yes. We're lost in time. Yeah, can't wake up my mind. Yes, I'm sleeping all night. Yes, I'm lost in time. Yeah, sleeping through it all. Yeah, I'm in a dream state. Yeah, we're lost in time. Yeah, we're losing all our lifelines. Yeah, we're stuck behind the bars. You say you can't get away if you want to open your eyes. Welcome you to the light. We're lost in time. Oh, we're lost in time. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're lost in time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, we're lost in time. We're in a tailspin. You're lost in time.
And I can dig on this all freaking night. Forever.
Lost in time. We're lost in time. We're lost in time. You get a wine, yeah. You're frozen in time, yeah. She said you're lost in time, yeah, 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 yeah.
Lost in time. You can't open up your mind and know. Sleeping all night. You wake up and you feel like you're in a fight. Everywhere you turn, it's everywhere you've been. And everyone's got a puss on the face and they want to win. You can't have a conversation anymore, 2022, no. So you got to get out of your own way and say we're lost in time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we're in a tailspin, yeah. We're lost in time. We're in a tailspin. No one wins, yeah, when everyone is losing. We're all trying to have the upper hand, and nobody understands that we all lose at the end. We're lost in time, yeah, when everybody lied and told you that we had to divide, yeah. We're lost in time, yeah, 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 yes. So close your eyes and wake up, yeah, to really wake up. You're waking in your dream state, cause this life we're living ain't no way, yeah. It's the twilight zone.
Oh, I'm definitely in the Truman Show. We're lost in time, yes. There's cameras everywhere, in front and behind, and deep in the crevices. We're lost in time, yeah. We're lost in we're in a tails, we're lost in time. We're lost in time. Yeah, we're in a tails. We're lost in time. 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 Lost in time, yes. We're lost in time. Yeah, well, sweetie, so just so you have an idea, because I know you're new to the show as of yesterday, but so what I do when I'm writing a song live in the moment like that is I explore it fully. So that's the kind of tough thing about this is it winds up being like 30 minutes long. But when I go back to actually edit it all down, it's going to be like 5 minutes total. And I'm going to take all the good stuff from that 30 minutes and make one perfect song with this. We're in a tailspin. We're lost in. And I may even have that little piece of rap in there. So it all gets cut down. And so if you go to Spotify, you see there's 183 songs like that where they're really nice and concise. But I had to do this because I don't go sit down in a studio with a pen and work out all the lyrics first. This is all happening live in the moment. So I do need to get as much out as possible so I could find as much good stuff as possible to make a song. So for example, this one last night, crazy. I got 12 minutes on this song. It's like the world's gone crazy. This to me has some crazy Peter, whatever. It's like the world's gone crazy. Seems to me like abracadabra style. Like there's such a cool vibe on that, and I can't wait to edit that. I started working on that last night, but it was like 12 minutes total to start, and it's gonna be 4 minutes when it's done. 4 minutes. So I get rid of almost everything, and I take the juice. But the thing is, I think what's kind of cool, and this is just my impression, and you tell me if you agree, sweetie, but my impression is that the coolest thing is to be here for the jam, to be here for the whole production, for the live improvisation, to be here for the moment it was created, where the mind wandered to create the song. That to me is what's special, because when you do hear the final version, which will probably happen in the next month, I don't know, I'll get to that song. But when you get to that song eventually, you're going to say, holy freaking cow, I was here the night that was played and it was so freaking long. I remember, but that's the song. And it's happened so many times. So we're basically watching you create the song. Yes, sweetie, totally.
You're watching me create the song every single night. And we've done it 183 times. We're about to release the next album, but they start as these really long 30-minute jams, and then I take them down into perfect songs. And if you go to Spotify and just type in Mark Pires, you'll hear them all. But yeah, that's basically it. You just nailed it. You're watching me create the songs live in the moment, which makes it really exciting. And you'll see in certain things, you'll hear me say, oh, a song about bowling. You want me to write a song about bowling? And then I go off and write a song about bowling. So it's just like, that's what we do here on the show. I appreciate you. Thank you, Sheila, for the follow. I love you. I've been live 1,276 days in a row. Guys, we are 24 days away from the 1,300th day in a row of this show. And you know what? I'm never freaking stopping. I know last week I got down on myself because it's frustrating sometimes. I don't freaking care. You guys who come here and you show up here with me every day, I love you guys, and we are going to create magic moments together, just like we're doing here. We're going to write songs. We're going to create comedy. We're going to have fun and get away from it all for half hour plus every day. And my hope is that you'll spread the word and get other people to join us on a daily. Oh, so Sweetie says, what was I thinking about when I was singing? So the crazy thing is this, the way I imagine, or I can explain this best, is I'm hearing about 6 seconds further into the future than you are. So while I'm there and I got my eyes closed and I got this going, and I got my eyes closed listening to this, I'm in a tailspin. I'm already thinking of the next lines in my head, I'm forming the story. So here's the craziest and the hardest part about what I'm doing here is I'm literally starting with nothing, and then as soon as my mind gets on some topic, like this happened to be about the stars cutting through the sky through this clouds, and all of a sudden I could see the sparkling clouds, and I realized it's a song about nature. So all of a sudden we're in that tip. And then my mind starts going and it's like, okay, well, maybe it's more about being in a dream state. We're lost in time. And then all of a sudden, once I get that hook, once this is rolling, woo, then I can start working off that. Oh yeah, we're lost in time, yeah, you got to unwind, yeah, you can't get lost in all the monotony, you got to go get your flow, whatever. But the idea is you do as much as you can with the vibe, and then later when I go back to listen, I'm cutting that freaking thing up. You know? Oh goodness. You used to bowl in a league? You know, it's funny. I did for a minute. Who's laundering money somehow? I've never gotten paid for this show. I hope you don't mean me. I think that would be a funny thing, to uncover all of the money laundering and corruption in Ukraine. They don't want to talk about that stuff. They want to just keep giving to Ukraine. But like, that's known as like the most corrupt state on planet Earth. And like, we're like, yay, here's $40 billion. Oh goodness. Sweetie, so I bowled in a league when I was 18. My best friend at the time and I started getting into the Big Lebowski. And as a celebrity impressionist, I used to do the dude. Could I get a Caucasian? And so we used to watch the Big Lebowski like all the time. And DeJesus. And so I mimicked my bowling style after DeJesus. And so I bring that ball up freaking over my head. You may have seen me bowling in my TikToks. And I bring the ball up over my head and I throw a real spin ball. Like I've got a glove and everything to make sure my wrist doesn't break the way I throw the ball. And I loved bowling so much with my buddy Pete. And we bowled in a league for 6 months, but I bought 2 bowling balls at the time when I was 18. And I still have those bowling balls today. I'm 44. So I've had them for 26 years, you know, and they still roll. I'm still throwing freaking strikes with that ball. So, I don't bowl enough. That's the thing. Like my buddy Corey and I go bowling every other Thursday, and we had to stop for the pandemic. So that was the thing that sucked. We just got back into it about a month ago, and I'm going to start bowling again. I got to get another 300. I have one 300 under my belt and another like 4 that got taken away in the 10th frame. And I'm going to knock out a 300 live for you guys. That's what I want to do. I'm going to go and I'm going to film and set the camera up one day. Here's the thing. When I go with my buddy Corey, it's awkward for me to film because he's there like with me and we're bowling, and it's like I don't think he wants to like film me, you know what I mean? So I got to either set up the tripod and just let it roll, and Corey's there and he just has to deal with the fact that I'm going live, you know what I mean? Or I got to film it and play it back for you guys later and do a whole episode of me bowling a 300 because I'm freaking doing it. I did it when I was 20 and haven't done it since. And it pisses me off. I've got many games in the mid 200s. Almost every game I'm in the high ones. I think my average should probably be in the high ones. I just don't know where, like 160 or 170. I don't know. But when we were bowling hard, when Corey and I were bowling hard, I was probably in the high ones, like really. And I never played in a league again. I always wanted to. I really would love to get into another league now. It's just like, this is my hobby. I don't get paid for this. I just show up here every day, and this is where I get my soul juice, you know. I'm able to get away from the mean and cruel world for this time that we could create here. You know, we jokingly say, but it's true, that this is the ultimate positivity platform. Yeah, I rant a lot. And when I'm ranting, no matter how you think about it, it's not positive. I'm ranting about the negative world. And when I do that, I get angry. So it's interesting to me that TikTok will only push the stuff where I get angry. And I'm talking about Trump or Biden. They won't push any of my comedy. They won't push any of my music out there. They just freaking let it sit. But as soon as I do something that's controversial, they start sharing it. And it's like, man, it's frustrating. But I'm going to play the game. I'm going to keep dropping my rants for you guys here on TikTok. Hopefully we get millions of people to see the comedy and the music and get away from it all. Because you can. I've been here for 3+ years, every single day, 1,276 days in a row. And this is the show. There's nothing different. I don't have a script every single day. And I write songs like that every single day. And we create comedy every day. But we, most importantly, don't have an idea of what we're going to do. That is the most important part about the show. No script, no idea. Just get to the second and live. Do something with it. Talk, play, laugh. But absolutely do not think about the moment that just passed or tomorrow. I want to be here with you right now and create something. And we continue to separate from everything. And that's why when I look on my chat here and I see Anna Treos and I see Double Edged Sword and Pamela Swan and Sig Sauer and Superior Cat and Trish Killian, we do that. We connect here every single night and we get to the magic of life. And I welcome each and every soul out there to join us. I haven't been live for 1276 in a row saying like, I don't want other people to come and be a part of this. I'm doing it because I need to capture every soul on this planet and get them away from the darkness. And I let a lot of people like, that's a big mission. Yeah, I know. I've been doing it for 3+ years. And we have this group here that's going to grow. And it's going to grow very fast because we've already done the work. Now we're just going to focus in on what they're allowing to get through the freaking algorithm. And I'm just going to dial in. So you're going to see me saying a lot of things that are absolutely truthful. And there'll be a lot of offended people. But I don't give a F. Okay? I'm here to be me, to be truthful to this moment. And if something I say offends somebody, there's a Karen out there who can't deal, I'm sorry. I got to be truthful to me. I got to speak my mind. And I don't mean to offend anybody. I think that's the most important thing for anybody to understand. I just want to be allowed to say how I feel. And if you don't like it, do one of two things. Either turn the volume down if you want to stick around, or scroll and find something else that you like. But absolutely, like something was interesting today. I was driving today, and maybe this is what got me in a little bit of trouble, but I was driving and I went live on TikTok. And I wasn't looking at the camera, though. I was just driving and I was talking and I was ranting about everything wrong with this world. And somewhere along the line, I must have offended somebody because I saw you upset someone with community guidelines. And like, and I got really mad at that. And I was just getting angry at whoever did it. And I'm like, look, here's my problem with you. Okay. You think that you have the right and that you should be offended for everybody else. And that's not on you. It's on you to be offended if you're offended and you freaking scroll. But for someone to be offended and then feel like they have it's within their right and power to now protect everybody else from this really unsafe content is the most obnoxious thing in the world. If you are a Karen, whether you think you are or not, you're a Karen if you're thinking about pushing a button that says guidelines or report. You're a Karen. If you don't like what someone has to say, just scroll. Don't report them. How dare you? Allow people to speak freely. That's all I could ask for in life, is everybody. I tell you, you don't know how many people I scroll through past on TikTok that piss me off because they're saying the complete opposite thing of me. And it's all lies. The way I see it, it's all freaking lies. And I'm like, oh, I get like disgusted. But I would never pull them down. I would never report. I want them to speak their mind and say what they want to say and how they feel about it. because that is what makes this platform great, is for full expression. So I really implore everybody out there to allow people to freely speak their mind. That is how we don't get into a civil war. We don't get into a civil war if we allow people to speak freely. You continue to mute the voices of the world against your position, then you're going to have a civil war, because people will not stand for it forever. They won't. And I jokingly say this, and I say it often, but if for some reason one day YouTube or all these other platforms are like, we're cutting this guy because he's too truthful and we can't let this out there, you will find me at the closest mountaintop. And I will be there with my guitar. I'll be there with my drum, my beat seat, and I will be there speaking passionate words to the people who will join me. And I'll be writing songs there in the moment on a freaking mountain. So, okay, you can't find me here? Just get in your car and drive to the closest mountain. You'll see me. I'm building a freaking bonfire. There's only one way to continue to tomorrow and beyond. It's to have no fear. It's to say, I'm here to put it all out. And hopefully somebody out there appreciates that there's at least a few of us willing to be vulnerable. Let's see. Someone said you can share the best or worst experience you've had this week. That's TikTok. I'm already doing that. Every single day we do that. Best and worst. I try to focus on the best, but I'll go with worst. So I have this client, we've been working together for a while trying to find a property, and it's very hard to find a property for buyers right now unless they're willing to overpay. And so a property that they put a bid on maybe about 2 months ago, I was told by the agent that they had the same exact offer, but the people that they're going to go with didn't want an inspection, and my people did. So they're like, that's why we're going with this other offer. Well, my client calls me and says, I just looked because it's one of my favorites, and that property just closed $40,000 under the price that we offered. And I'm like, what? The agent said to me they had the same offer and that they were going with the no, inspection. So I'm like, something went wrong here. So I called the agent today, and I was so calm about it. Just said, hey, I just want to ask you a few questions. Can you tell me how'd that transaction work out? Because my client was up at, this number, and you guys traded it for $40,000 less. But you said the reason you went with them is because there was no inspection. So that means that there was no afterwards taking $40,000 off because of some issue with the house. So how did that work out? Oh, well, my client didn't want to have the inspection. And I said, wait a second, your client decided to take $40,000 less because we had an inspection? Oh yeah, no, I recommended it. Or, I think that they did the right thing. And I'm like, what? So that now I know that something's weird, because I've never heard of a realtor before tell their client, you know what, take $40,000 less because there's no inspection. Ooh, they may find something in the inspection. Inspection items come up all the time. It's like $1,000, $2,000, not 40. So I said, something weird going on here. Bottom line is I have no way to really prove anything except for the fact that I know she's garbage and she did something really deceitful here. My client was really upset, and rightfully so. And he was thinking about maybe even calling the original owner and just make sure they got his offer. And I said, look, I don't suggest you do things, that, unless it's better to just buy a new house, but yeah, I can't control anybody. I can't control what anybody does. But what I could say is this. This has happened a lot. Not like that, but just like not getting the house after trying, and it's tough. It's tough. I got to sell real estate in order to support my family. If I can't get transactions to stick because there's not a way and there's too many buyers and I don't have enough listings, that's a problem, So in general, I'm trying my best to seek or kind of navigate this marketplace that I'm in. But when there's agents that are doing shady things and they're not being honest with the transaction, and they're literally taking money out of my pocket and allowing a transaction to happen with somebody else. Now, I did notice they didn't sell the property themselves. Usually it's like, okay, they probably sold it, themselves. They didn't. They sold it within house though, which means same firm. And firms want that huge. we want you to sell it to the same company so they get all of the commission. So something weird happened there, but bottom line is it didn't work out. I mean, I was just really upset at the end because she's there and then she's not, and the husband picked up and he's like, oh, she had to take a call and this is her husband. Have a good day. And he hung up on me, and that freaking pissed me off. And I'm like, I'm here, just being completely relaxed. But the moment I mentioned that, my client was thinking he was going to want to call because he wanted to make sure his offer got through, flipped out, started screaming at me. How would you even think about doing that? Just move on and go buy another house. This happens all the... I was like, whoa. I said, I'm having a nice, relaxed, I'm asking you questions like this, and I'm not aggressive with you, but you're being pretty aggressive with me right now, And I said, that's a little odd. It's a little odd. It tells me a little something here. And I said, I'm just trying to get a property for my clients. And it can't happen if you're not passing along an offer. And you know that the most important thing to understand when you're a real estate agent is you have to pass along all offers. You can't hold one back and be like, oh, I don't want my client to know about that. You share every offer and let your client make the best decision they'd like to make. Like I said, and you guys give me a little poll here. How many of you out there would take $40,000 less on a sale for your house if there was an inspection contingency? Or would you take that $40,000 less because there's no inspection contingency? What could come up in your house that would be worth $50,000 or $60,000? Because it wouldn't be worth $38,000. He's willing to lose $40,000, so it would have to be like $43,000 or $50,000 for them to be like, oh my goodness, this is so bad. I'm taking the one without the contingency because we may have $100,000 worth of damage here. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of work that nobody ever asks for. I've been selling real estate for 14 years. I've never had any client ask for more than $1,500, $2,500. I had one that almost traded for $25,000 under the price, but there was an inspection. There was an issue with the heating system, and that's why there was almost a $25,000 credit. This one was no contingencies at all, and apparently the same price, but then it traded $40,000 less. So got into it with her. When she started yelling back at me, I stayed calm, but I could tell there's a rat. When someone gets defensive like that and they start yelling at you, Virgo Psych would be able to tell us that. If you confront somebody calm and you ask them a very, very simple question like, hey, could you let me know, how did that work out? We were up at this number here, and I noticed that you traded, for $40,000 less than the number we gave you. And you said that we were matched with the other offer, but that they didn't have an inspection contingency. And then she starts talking about that inspection contingency. I'm like, wait, to get back to it though, you said that our numbers were the same. Did you pass along my offer? Of course I did. Well, if you did, why would your client take $40,000 less? Oh, he didn't want to have the contingency. I was in that house. It's a nice house. What the frig was he worried about? Something's wrong here. No seller would take $40,000 less. If I found that out and I was the buyer and someone screwed me over like that, I'd probably call. I'd probably be like, look, I just want to let you know, I had an offer of the table of X. Did you get that offer? Oh, you didn't. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Whatever you do, I don't freaking care. Yeah, but if you need me in court, let me know. I'm like, that's messed up. You don't do that just to keep it in-house or whatever. And we're all here trying to make a living. You take a commission out of my freaking pocket? And it happened. This is a nightmare, being in this business. That's why, people wonder, why do you do this? Why do you do this show? Because I love real estate, but in a perfect world, I want to do this for a living. I want to create content like I create. And instead of it being something that's a hobby, I want that to be what I do, and I'm going to make it what I do. I sell real estate because I'm good at it. I'm very good at selling real estate. And I do love selling real estate, but it's so frustrating when people slit your throat on a daily basis. And I'd prefer something that I control. If I create content, then I can make money. If I don't make money. Okay, that seems simple to me. But the other thing where I'm going out there, I'm doing the freaking work for 3+ years and I can't get a house because there's scumbag agents out there screwing me over. It's crazy. But this is the world that I'm living in, and I have to figure out how to get through it. So what we do here is we show up here every day, we create, and I still sell real estate every day, keep getting smashed in the face by people, and keep coming up with new shows on a daily basis, wondering if one of them is going to stick. If one of them is going to get somebody's attention that's maybe in charge of a production company and says, you know what, I like what you're doing here, kid. Why don't you get out there and keep going? We'll fund it. Oh, that sounds great. Because you know what? That's really what I should be doing. I'm pretty sure. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, when I watch back Get to Know America, when I watch back even this, and when I see the songs we're writing, I'm like, this is what I'm meant to be doing. What the frig? So it's great. I love that I know what I'm meant to do with the rest of my life. And I'm doing it. I'm just self-starting for the longest time that anybody self-started in history. But I'll keep going. Every day I'm going to keep showing up. But the reality is I'm going to have to rely on the family. I'm going to have to rely on this community. And you guys are going to have to keep spreading the word. It's been nice to see something, I got to tell you. Like, I don't know how it works, but on TikTok, I'll go and I'll see, for example, there's a rant I did last week that had, and this is just, they stopped it. I don't know why. I've never seen this. But there was 2,005 views, and there were 467 likes. And then there were 17 shares. That means 17 people took that and shared it with all their friends. And TikTok stopped it at 2,005 views. I've never seen that type of a breakdown. 467 likes on 2,000 views and 17 shares, and they stopped it. I was like, that's weird. That should be going freaking crazy viral. And I realized why. It's because, yes, it's controversial, but when you go after certain things they really don't want out there, they stop it in its tracks. And that's what's been happening. Some of these little rants that are out on TikTok is they'll start to gain steam, and then somebody above sees it and they're like, no, we don't want this to go viral. We don't want him talking about the freaking sleep sofa and the Oval to go super viral. That would be bad for us. If I was to go after the Trumper, it would be a better thing. I'd be able to get a lot further, but I just can't go against my integrity and pretend that I'm for, you know, there is a comedy bit there. There is a comedy bit, you know, in doing this whole sarcasm idea. And I had a pretty funny idea I think I'm going to work with, and maybe I'll do it for you guys tomorrow. I may do it on my own and then just play you the bit. I think it would be really funny. And it's going to be like a message to my fellow liberals, like one of those, you know what I mean? And I think it will be pretty funny. Who knows? I would say that we are here a lot longer than I was supposed to be. We're supposed to do an hour, guys. Hour 42 doing it. Renaissance Man show. Woof. Thank you so much for yours. Follow Slam and Ducks. You rock. And Sweetie, it was awesome having you here again. Sweetie bowled a 239. Nice. I'm proud of you. It's not easy to bowl through 200s, guys. It's really not. I know. Sweetie said that's sad. If you were anti-Trump, they'd be all about it. It's so true. I just can't do it. Like, I can't. I've tried before. It's funny. I did the Joe Biden show in 2019 and 2020. And if you find it, if you go to my YouTube and see this, you'll see what I tried. I really tried. I did, but as soon as I put the Curb Your Enthusiasm music behind Joe Biden, it was all over. It's like, what, huh? My Aunt Judy told me to put my triple diaper on. And it's like, and he's got Sleeping Over Joe up there. Like, oh man, it was so great. And we made like 5 or 6 episodes of the Joe Biden show, but it didn't go the way I planned. I was like, okay, I'm going to do the antithesis. So I have Trump beating up on Biden during the Trump show. I'm going to do the Biden show where Biden's beating up on Trump. And the moment I did it, I was like, what? I pooped my triple diaper. I was like, no, I just can't. I can't. I just have to speak truth, guys. It's like crazy to me. But like that guy has been so in a fog since before the election. And I remember thinking like all the jokes I would do about how he's napping in his freaking basement and he's like a Groundhog Joe. And like and then he became our president. And I was like, this is nuts. Most votes in history. Like, okay, this is the Twilight Zone. We are in the freaking Truman Show. 1,000%. There are cameras all over me. I know it. Everywhere I go, there's a camera. And it's not just me, guys. It's you as well. We're all characters in the Twilight Zone or in the freaking Truman Show. And there's somebody making billions on us. Oh, yeah. They're making billions on Sig Sauer and Pamela Swan and Kill It and Grill It and Anna Treos and Sweetie. They're freaking doing it. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Yeah, Sweetie said, don't do it. I respect that you keep to your beliefs. It's interesting, but a friend of mine said you do sometimes have to play ball, though. You know what I mean? And you have to get into the mindset of what they are willing to put out there in order to get the family members to see this show. And in a way, I'm starting to think that way. It's not go to the dark side, but it is play the game in order to get enough patriots to know we exist. And that's the thing. They've kept the patriots from this show. every patriot that there is out there. I'm not saying Republican. I'm saying patriot. You could be a Democrat patriot out there, and this show is for you. This is a show for people who care about America. Why do you think I started a show called Get to Know America? Every Sunday night, I'm in a new town. I'm meeting the people. I'm meeting the people that run the town. I'm going and discovering 300-400 years of history on YouTube every Sunday at 8 p.m. Patriots rock. Absolutely. I know. Sweet says there's no way he had that many votes. Yeah. But guys, patriots are amazing. If you do not love this country, you need to tune in to Get to Know America and figure out why, because that is getting us back to the roots, the core of why we are here. And I understand you could be frustrated by some of the things that have gone on in our past, and nothing is perfect, but we are living in what should be the greatest time in history, and they are forcing us to stick daggers in each other on a daily basis. And I really just hope that you realize that's what's going on, and you step away from it. Step away from it and realize that we could come together and we can be one. Love you, Double Edged. You rock. We could be one and we could be so much happier. So remember, fam and friends, tomorrow we do it all over again. I think you know that. Until then, Andreas and Double-Edged Sword, Kill It and Grill It, Pamela Swan, 6 Hour, my brother, Superior Cat, Trish Killian, and Sweetie over here on TikTok. I really appreciate each and every one of you and look forward to doing this all over again tomorrow. If you guys haven't followed me over on TikTok yet, please do. I'm dropping so much there, so much more than I am on YouTube. YouTube, we don't get the plays, so I put it out on TikTok. I'm putting it out on Facebook. I'm getting a lot of plays on the Reels and Facebook, which is surprising to me. I'm pumping it. I'm throwing them out there. So find me on these platforms. If you head over to YouTube, right in the corner of the screen, there's a Scan Me QR code. It brings you to every single link that is the Renaissance Man, that is the music, that is everything we do here for the last 3+ years. So I hope to see you tomorrow. Until then, fam and friends. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. John Jack, appreciate you. Give me a follow. See you guys tomorrow. You got to go away. Yeah. Got to go away. Yeah. Till tomorrow, man. Till tomorrow.